Hi, David Templar from Countryways Gun Dogs. We are here today with Tommy Tanner. Hi, Tom.
How you doing, mate?
Tommy Tanner, the winner of the 2025 Spaniel Championship this year with RoseBay Blue.
AKA Tyson.
Tyson, the boy. Something very, very special. The first dog to win the championship for 11 years. And if any of you didn't know, the other ones that have won in between are actually bitches. Yeah. So he's the first dog in 11 years to win the championship. He's also the first dog to win it on ice, which is to win it outright for 20 years. Yeah. So how does it feel to have just won the championship? Can you remember? I know we're now a month or two gone by, but it might have settled in now.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
absolutely unbelievable.
Because I haven't done it, so it's, you know, it's an unusual thing. Everybody else thinks it's just an easy thing to do. So take us through the dog. You know, I mean, obviously the dog sat in front of us. He's your best mate. I mean, I know at the moment now I own him, which is a privilege for me to have the dog, and we've got him at stud, and we're going to promote him as much as we can. But what was it like to have him as a pup and everything?
Oh, well, the dog come to me all through luck, really.
Tell us the luck. What do you mean by luck? So,
I had dogs before.
Yeah. What did you have before?
Just like shooting dogs and.
Yeah. So you've come up through shooting.
Done a bit of shooting, watched a bit of trialing on TV, on the YouTube and stuff like that, and trained a couple of dogs, sold them, got out of dogs for a bit, and said to me mate Lenny, I'll get back into the Spaniels. Right.
So that's what you gave you the motivation, isn't it?
So I actually said to Lenny, if you see a well-bred Spaniel, I'd be interested in buying a nice pup.
And so obviously he introduced you to Albury.
Yeah.
And if we don't know, Albury is like one of the best breeders in the country. Albury has produced the championship winner the year before, which Tyson did go to, and that's how I was involved to start with. I managed to secure a puppy out of the championship winner the year before last to Tyson. And that's how I came into the game. So you managed to get the puppy off of Albury.
Well, it's a funny thing, really. I rung Lenny and he said he's got 2 pups left. I wanted a bitch pup, and he said he's got 2 dog pups left. So I thought about it. I said, all right, I'll have a dog pup.
Yeah.
Has he got one with a full brown head?
Right.
So he said, yeah, he has. So I just said, I'll have that one. Wow. And that was it. And that's how I picked him.
And that's how you picked him. And so had him from an 8-week-old puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brought him on in the house to start with.
Yeah, a little bit in the house. Yeah.
Your best mate. Because if people don't realise it, the nicest thing about Tyson, I believe anyway, is not only he's the best dog in the world as far as I'm concerned, but his temperament is just incredible.
Oh, yeah,
has he always been like that?
Always been like that since a pup. Everything you show him, he just does. He just wants to please you. Unbelievable temperament he's got. Yeah.
So when did you start training him? Did you start like as a puppy?
I started training him as a pup, but I made sure I done everything right with him.
Yeah.
Got one thing completely right before I moved on to the next thing. But it was just so easy to train. Everything you showed him, he just picked it up so quick. Very intelligent. You know what I mean? Unbelievable how he picked things up.
Well, I have this thing that I say all the time: champions are bred, not trained.
Yeah,
they're
that's
just
it,
an unusual item. If you're very fortunate, most people have never had one, but if you have a dog and you bring it out, and every time you show it something, it just goes, I've done that.
That's
and the last dog you were trying to train would have taken you 2 or 3 weeks to do
That's it, yeah.
And he just took it in like that, didn't he?
He just took it in. He just wants to please you, and he understands what you're asking of him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because he's just
an amazing
a super
dog,
animal,
really.
isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
absolutely amazing.
He's a super animal. So obviously you won his novice quite young.
17 months old he was when he won his novice.
17 months old.
At Leckensfield.
And you thought at the end of it he was good enough to win an Open.
That's it, yeah.
So best way to train.
Yeah. So about 3 weeks later, he was running an Open.
And where was he running?
Neston.
Neston Park. Now at Neston Park, I've ran there myself. It can be heavy bramble.
Yeah, that's it. Parts of it are bramble, parts of it are like elephant grass, they call it. And
that's right. It's like big sort of sword grass,
that's it,
and it's pretty bloody thick.
Loads of pheasants in there.
Yeah. So what did you do?
He just completely smashed through the bramble. Come out into the elephant grass. Quite a long run really, the second run. Just flat patterned the elephant grass, found a bird, pushed it out. It came up, the gun shot it, quite a long ways out.
Yeah.
So Andy Bennett said, send your dog.
So it was Andy. So Andy was we didn't know Andy's the person who won the championship last.
That's it,
He's the last person to win with a dog with Heath.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
And he said to me, send your dog. Sent me dog. He went out, took a line straight out to where the bird was shot.
Yeah.
Got his nose down, another bird flushed. Ooh. He sat, watched that away.
Yeah.
I told him there. He got his nose down again, bash, pushed another bird out.
Ooh.
Watch that away.
Squeaky moment.
Yeah, that's it, yeah, squeaky moment. I'm sat there, just looked back at me again. There. He put his nose down again. flushed another bird.
Oh Christ, lots of birds.
So then I said to him there, he got his nose down, picked it, and come straight back to me.
So he's easy then. He's
Yeah,
really easy
just
to handle.
easy, yeah, easy to handle.
Because that's a lot of pressure. When there's a lot of game about, that's quite a lot of pressure to take him off that without them just following on the other bird and not coming back.
Yeah.
And so what was his second run then? So
His second run, he clicked him off into a bit of bramble, flushed the bird out, shot, sent him straight in, straight back, and then he just done the bramble. Lovely.
lovely. Did he win that on ice, did he?
On ice, yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously that was the championship that he ran up in Scotland.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
That was his first. That was the first time. Bit weird.
First time I've ever been to a championship.
First time
Didn't really know what to
You've
expect.
never been to a championship before.
No,
that?
no.
Not even to watch.
No, not even to watch.
I don't like you anymore. So, and that was freezing cold. I know myself. It was -4,
my God, yeah.
and it was the championship was cancelled originally, and then they brought it onto the other ground. And so, lucky enough, we had a championship.
Yeah, so,
And and from what I gather, the dog was going like stink. A lot of people were talking about you and how it was going, and I know there was a few little mishaps and bits and pieces with other people, you know, myself included.
Yeah.
So how did he go in the championship there?
Absolutely unbelievable. Best run I've ever had with a spaniel.
Was
on
it?
that first championship, yeah.
And that was in rushes. So we've seen him, you know, he's there this year in Bracken. The trial that he won in Open State was in heavy cover.
That's it.
So he just tackles most covers.
Any cover, he goes through as good as white grass as he will bramble. Any cover you put in front of him, he just seems to...
He just steams through. Did he keep the same pace?
Same pace, never drops a gear.
Because that's the bit I find remarkable with him, is his pace. It's an odd thing when you watch so many dogs like me, to find a dog that just continually just keeps his pace.
That's what he does,
and then smashes through everything. So that was rushes. So what did that run go like?
Unbelievable, really. I clicked him off, and he just got on the wind. He got into the rushes and he just worked the wind. Both guns are about, I'd say, good 30, 40 yards each side of me.
Yeah.
And he just completely flat patterned into the wind from gun to gun. Just got stuck in. Just unbelievable. Halfway through the run, they shot a bird on the other side, so they sat him up.
Yeah,
and the judges actually come up to me and said to me, "Jesus, boy, what's that dog out of?"
Did they?
Yeah, they couldn't believe what they were seeing, you know what I mean?
And the trouble is when you're a novice and nobody knows you, they just think, oh, well, where did he win? Who's he?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Who's that bloke? You know, and so for them to look at it like that in the middle of the championship and say, what's that?
Yeah, that's
it.
it.
means
Yeah,
you're
it's something
flying.
special,
You're
yeah.
already flying, yeah. And then you've carried on, got a bird, hopefully.
Got a bird.
Yeah.
So he just carried on. Clicked him off again, same thing, straight into his pattern, gun to gun, just kept working. We went for quite a while until we found a bird. He found a bird, just bumped it out, come out, shot quite a long ways out, shot, straight out, straight back, hunted him on a bit more, and that was the end of my run.
I reckon you need a more difficult dog. They don't all make it look easy. You got a diploma, didn't you?
On that one.
Yeah, you got a diploma on that one. And then obviously the run everybody's going to want to know in the end is obviously, you know, the championship.
Oh, the championship run, yeah.
You know, which is, you know, he won the championship.
Yeah,
If you forgot, he won the championship.
Yeah.
He is remarkable. And he's done it in such a short space of time. He was only just 2 3/4 when he won the championship, which is really rare, you know, to have a dog of that. But, and what about his training in between the Open State? Hello, Tice. Yes, Daddy loves you as well. Yeah, you're a lovely animal, aren't you, mate? Yeah. Daddy likes it. It's all right. I like him as much as you know. He's a lovely dog to own.
Yeah,
he is the softest, kindest, nicest dog, and that's the reason why I like him actually, because he's just like the nicest dog. He doesn't know he's a champion.
No, that's right. Yeah.
He's just the kindest.
He
dog.
just wants to please you all the time. That's all he wants to do.
He is so nice, aren't you, Tice? You are nice. So anyway, we get on to the championship this year, which I was running, so I knew a little bit about it, and we were going to go to Blenheim.
That's it, yeah.
And the ground itself was going to be mainly bracken, or we thought it was going to be mainly bracken, but they'd had a lot of rain, a lot of snow, and knocked the cover down quite heavily, I thought. But we expected lots and lots of game, and everybody trained for lots and lots of game. Probably a little less game than we expected, certainly on my run, I know. A little less game, but hard to put the trial together. But it's a beautiful piece of ground, and you can show yourself.
Yeah.
So your first run, I didn't see the first run.
Yeah, the first run, I was waiting to go in actually, and the dog before me must have had a 15-minute run. So I'm just waiting to go in. He's gone through all the nice bracken.
Yeah, the bit of ground we're going, can I have that bit?
What I've been training up until that.
Yeah.
And then he's gone all through the back, and then they've called me in an open field with a couple of pieces of bramble in it, here and there, dotted around. I thought, oh, Jesus.
I want someone to show the dog off.
So I walked up to the piece of bramble, take your lead off, took my lead off, and I just clicked him into the bramble. He just completely smashed into it, kept low all the way through it, pushed the bird out of the end of the bramble, sat with no whistle, went out, the gun shot it, sat in there for a second. He said, send your dog, sent me dog. He went straight out, straight back. All right, carry on. Down into another piece of bramble, went along that, and that was it really. Just worked the other bramble through.
Away you went.
Pulled me in, and that was
a
it.
nice quick run. So that bit of ground in the end was good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it turned out good. Yeah,
and actually the bit of ground behind never had anything in it, so you're all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know what it's like. You know, the problem with running in trials is you never know what you're going to get.
That's right. Yeah.
You pray for a piece of ground, you find the right ground, might not have a bird in it, and then like you find a piece of ground where you think, well, I don't really want this. Go straight into game.
And then found the bird.
Straight into game. Come on, Tice. Come and say hello. Come and say hello. And then your second run, I actually saw your second run.
You came in and see
I
that.
begged to go and see the run actually myself. So tell me that one really, how it felt from your angle, because I know you were quite nervous before you went on. I had a chat to you.
So I was still in. I had a good first run, so I was
Everybody was talking about you.
Yeah,
that was the problem. And when they're talking about you, you got a bit of pressure. I know you don't have as much pressure as most people because you haven't done it before.
Yeah.
So it feels better.
Yeah.
The next time's going to be worse. All right. Go on.
Yeah, the second run, obviously I had a good first run, so I'm very nervous now, second run. I've walked in, I can see loads of birds running around. It's like a woodland with a lot of sticks on the floor, bits of bramble, just bits and pieces of different cover. Yeah. Took the dog off the lead, clicked him off. They told me to work around a down
big
tree.
Tree, wasn't there was a big tree, and you could hardly get in it. I
That's
thought,
it, yeah.
from where it was sort of blocked off with brambles and bracken, and it was a hard one to show the dog off, I thought, to start with. But he hit it, didn't he?
He got in there, yeah, got stuck in, hit it. I think he flushed the bird out of there, it went away. He sat to it, he come out of that piece of ground, he come flat patterned in front of me, he flushed another bird to the right, they shot that, he went straight out, straight back. He said, carry on.
Yeah, I remember the one.
Clicked him off.
Yeah.
Hunted along again. He come into another piece of like down sticks, got stuck into there, pushed another bird out, which went a long way.
Yeah.
I think they had 2 shots at it, shot it on the last barrel.
That was like 40, 50 yards out.
So he said, send your dog and get up here as fast as you can to me.
Yeah.
So I sent the dog, and I just knew he'd pick it, you know what I mean? Yeah, just leave him to it. He went down the wind, he followed the wind, he got on the wind of the bird and just winded it, picked it. By the time I got to the judge, he was already halfway back with the bird, you know what I mean?
And you're all got a smile on your face then. It's trying to get that, because the problem is you start to enjoy a run, don't you?
That's it,
You start to enjoy it, and then you get a flush and retrieve, and you think to yourself, I want to get out of here as soon as possible because it's done. And then you start to enjoy it, and you go, well, if I keep pushing it any further, it's going to go wrong. I watched it, and the minute you came out into that open bit of cover from that sort of knotted tree, he flew.
Yeah, that's
he
it.
absolutely flew. He did his job the way he can, and he absolutely flew. And I went, ooh, that's special. And it was really nice. So then you come off, and we all greet you. We all have a chat and bits and pieces, and it come off. And then, of course, the next day, everybody's talking about it, about the dog's possible going to win the championship, but nobody ever knows. That's the problem.
That's right.
Tyson, come and say hello to that day. Come and say hello to Daddy. So anyway, what does it feel like when you're waiting on? Because
we're waiting. I know I've had 2 good runs, and I'm thinking I must be pretty good. You know what I mean? I've had 2 good runs.
But there's another 60 people thought they were good as well.
Yeah. And then they called for a runoff.
They asked for a runoff.
That's it. Yeah. The first championships I run in, I thought I was right up there.
Yeah.
And there was a runoff, and I felt like I was going to be in that runoff.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I wasn't in that runoff in the first championships. So this one, they called for a runoff, and I thought, oh no, not again. You know what I mean? I've had 2 good runs, unbelievable runs.
The trouble is when you're running, you don't really see other people's runs.
No, that's right. Yeah.
So you might have a most fantastic run you could ever have, and somebody else has had one better, but you just don't know.
That's it. Yeah.
So it's quite difficult. So the runoff was actually with Simon Dixon and Adrian Doris.
Yeah.
And I did watch the runoff, and you sort of thought of it, and you thought, oh, maybe Tommy's not done what he's supposed to do.
That's what exactly what I thought.
Because invariably, when a runoff's a runoff in a championship, that's for first place.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So did your heart go in your?
Yeah. So I'm thinking, not again. It can't be for first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then after they called the runoff off, we still didn't know. We went back. Obviously, you were there, and we went back to the tent and that, and we were waiting around. And then they called the dog for second. I thought. Then they called my name for first. I just couldn't believe it.
I can't remember the speech. I can't remember when you did it. You done it. I mean. How emotional is it? Because I watched so many people, they win the championship, they just cry. I would.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. I did well up a little bit. It's the amount of work that I put into that dog before the championships.
That's the bit.
It's obviously took me 2.5 years to train that dog to get there.
Yeah.
to that championship, to that standard. And it's just unbelievable the work that I put in, and it all paid off really.
Yeah, and it's nice that, like I said, it paid off, because there's so many dogs that we put a lot of effort in. Everybody else there puts all that effort in and doesn't get that success and whatever. You're, in a way, you're lucky that you put the amount of effort you put in, but the dog is just something special to start with.
It's a dog of a lifetime.
It's a dog of a lifetime. You never know. You're still young. You might get another one yet.
That's what people keep telling me anyway. It's a dog of a lifetime.
Well, it is a dog of a lifetime. It's a dog of anybody's lifetime. So it's that easy. We've started to talk about breeding with the dog. And, one reason when I looked at the dog, yes, we all know that the dog is actually out of Ringo. And Ringo is an open source dog, which is, was bred by AI, and it was from Clarber and it came through and was mated to Heidi, the bitch that won the championship. And this dog actually has 6 championship winners. I'm just going to have a look at it actually, because I've got it actually here. And what the dog is there, because really most people talk about the dog, and we know the dog is something special, in itself, Ringo, because he's out of Molyneux Heidi, which won the championship in 2020, and Clarber was done by AI. Ian kept the Semen for 10 years, and Clarber was the basis of a lot of the bloodlines that you wouldn't know when you were in it.
Yeah, that's it.
But it was in the back line, And then when we look at the bitch line is the best bit, I think, or the special bit, because the bitch is a champion bitch. I never ever saw the bitch. Did you?
I never saw the bitch.
Yeah, so I don't really know the bitch myself, but I know she's a hell of a good bitch. And then the father of that was Heath, the last dog
that won the championship.
And as I hear, he didn't win it on ice. He won it in a runoff, didn't he?
Yeah, that's it.
He won it in a runoff. So your dog is the first dog to win it
on ice
for actually 20 years. It is, because the dog that won the championship before that was actually also in this pedigree on the bitch line, in this Moonry Flush. And Moonry Flush won there, and the line on Moonry Flush is always good, because it was Comet to Moonry Tina. You wouldn't have seen it, but all that line, I've seen most of them, and they were very, very special. And then we go back, and the bitch on the bottom line is actually RoseBay Bella, which is Aubrey Ladyman's. So really the breeding of this is actually all credit to Aubrey.
Yeah, that's right.
Aubrey's kept that line and kept the championship line he's had in it, and he thinks it's very special, and Aubrey obviously mated it to last year's championship winner.
That's it,
Which is why I've got a puppy.
Yeah,
You've got a puppy. So bitch-wise, it's just incredible. And if we go back even further, it's got Stedrot Skur. And Stedrot Skur is the dog that won it before. So actually, now, he is the dog that's won the championship, first dog for 11 years. The dog that won it last is in his pedigree 2 generations back. And the dog that won it before that is 2 generations, 1 generation behind that. And then the one that won it afterwards, before that, is in there. So we've got 6 of the championship winners in it.
Yeah.
So I go on about breeding all the time myself.
Well, I don't think you're going to get much better breeding than that, are you?
I don't think so. It does prove that the best brings
yeah.
the best. That's what it does
right,
bring. I know a lot of people look at things and say, you know, oh, you don't have to have champions in it, you don't have to have winners in it. But when you're trying to produce a dog that is soft and easy and not being rude to yourself, well, until the other day you were an amateur.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know, you've been able to train a dog from an amateur's point of view, and it's really the dog.
Yeah.
The dog is something special. So it's all to do with that breeding, you know. I mean, I think that's why it helped you, don't you think so?
But when I picked that dog up as a pup from Aubrey Ladyman, he sort of told me about the dog will be soft in his training, but he'll go like mad. And exactly what he explained to me when I picked the dog up as a pup is what he turned out to be. It's just unbelievable what he was saying. You know,
I've gone on for years about it. You don't have to be an aggressive dog to be the hardest hunting dog.
No, that's right.
It's all to do with breeding. Yeah. You can be a soft, lovely dog. He's led there asleep in the moon or led there at the moment. He can be soft and easy, but when you click it off,
that's right. Yeah.
Cover it.
Actually, at the championships, he was laying down in the line as we were waiting to go in, and I'm looking at him thinking, "Oh my God!" And then as soon as I went up to that line and undone that lead, he just looked at me and went, "Here we go again." You know what I mean? The game on, yeah.
Game on. And I think not only will he complement obviously trial dogs, and every person, hopefully somewhere along, they'll have him in his line. Yeah. Later on, for the next 5 or 10 years, he will be a basis of people's breeding. But I think he will complement people's shooting bitches.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, because you've taken him shooting, I've watched you do it. You know, you take him with you, he goes everywhere. I'm actually going to take him everywhere with me, and he'll turn into the nicest shooting dog. Yeah. You can be on a pheasant drive, he just switch off, and he just sit there, and he's just got the best temperament, just calm,
just sit there on a peg with you, and it just sit there, and you know what I mean? He's just best like that.
Well, you know, it's a proper dog, isn't it?
Yeah.
I always go a proper dog
Yeah,
at the end of the
yeah.
day, because we go on about trials and that, but you've got to have a dog that you can put your hand on your heart and say, that makes a really good shooting dog.
Yeah.
Somebody could sit pigeon shooting in this wood now, and the dog sits still, retrieves everything, does everything we want to do as a normal shooting person, or we were going to go and sit on the peg, or we're going to go driven shooting. You can use it for everything, and then it means the dog's a real dog.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of dog he is. You can take him shooting, and he just sit there. He just wants to please you and do it for you, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's the best ones are like that. The best ones are like that. But you're fortunate. Many people don't ever get a chance to see
That's
it.
right, yeah.
They don't get a chance to see it. But you've got puppies coming on.
Yeah, I've got puppies. Yeah,
A puppy out of Albury's Bits, the championship
which is the championship winner.
Yeah.
So
Another
I'm excited.
special
I'm
one.
excited for that one. Yeah.
Tell me about the other pups and bits and pieces.
Well,
'cause
actually-
I haven't really seen them. So tell me what we got.
Between me and Tommy and Lenny, who I train with a lot,
Yeah.
we've got 5 different puppies out of 5 different bitches.
Different bitches.
All different bitches.
Oh, so
yeah.
not the same litter.
Not the same litter.
Not the same litter.
And all of them are looking temperament, beautiful, lovely to train, plenty of drive, everything you'd want to see from a pup. Every pup is looking like it's going to trial
Is it?
either this season or next season.
You're going to have too many to choose from. You're going to have too many to choose from.
You can see
Seriously.
he's really putting his stamp on them pups.
Yeah, it's quite weird.
In the drive and
easy.
the power and
But they're soft again.
yeah, soft,
and
easy to train. Very much like him, really.
Yeah?
Just easy. Everything you show it wants to learn, eager to
Wow.
learn, and they're not out to do you over, if it makes sense.
That's the
They
thing.
just want to do it with you and please you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which is what you want. I mean, from an amateur's point of view, you know, it's no good buying a puppy off of somebody that's supposed to be super duper, and then you've got a battle forever.
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean, hopefully, you know, people watching this are going to say, well, if I have a puppy out of, you know, a good bitch mated to Blue, then they're going to have your journey.
Yeah. That's
Whether
it,
they win the championship is a different thing altogether.
Yeah.
But they can have the journey of training a nice puppy
That's
and
it,
not
yeah.
making it difficult.
That's right. Yeah.
And I'm sure you're like me, bringing them young puppies on is what it's about, seeing them lift and seeing them
That's
just go
that's
through
what I
everything.
like about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
and
training and see them excelling once you're shooting over them. You know.
Yeah, well, that is it. You know, they do that, but it's that beginning. It's always the buzz, that youngsters, just that bit of fun in bringing them on. I won't ask you which one's going to be the best one, but we'll see later on.
We yet to see. Yeah.
We yet to see. Anyway, you know, it's been an absolute pleasure to come and sit with you today. You have done something very, very special. It may take a long time for you to settle.
Well, every now and then that does come to my mind. Do you know what I mean? I'm driving down the road and think, Jesus, I've just won the 2025 championships. You know.
It's a very strange thing to be able to do it the way you've done it.
Yeah.
To
and
do it
such
straight as a novice handler. You know, a lot of people, myself, when it comes to breeding, I'll be there saying, oh, well, you know, you have to have a super dog. He makes him a super dog to do it. But he does still have to be handled by somebody that has listened and taken the training on, put the effort and the work in.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
know?
I put a lot of work in.
Yeah. If you don't put the work in,
people
you
don't realise how much work actually went into that dog, you know.
No.
I dedicated 2 years of my life to train him, you know what I mean, to get him to
Yeah,
that.
well, it paid off.
Yeah, paid off, yeah.
Tommy Tanner,
Yeah.
championship winner.
Championship winner. Thanks a lot,
Cheers,
mate.
boy.
Thank
Nice
you.
to speak to you.
Cheers.
Cheers.